that can run, and so.
I'm here with Coach Ni Bien Sion of the Singapore Slingers. And Coach, last week a close call. Team didn't really gel too much until the second half. What are your thoughts going away from that game?
Well, I mean, it's basically affected by last week. A lot of them down with some issue like diarrhea and not feeling well. But and I think basically they are overconfident because we beat them twice in their home court. So we are not playing well together as a team, and basically that affects us. But towards the end, we get a W, so that's pretty good.
Now this week, a different sort of a challenge. You're tied for first place with Bangkok City High Tech, and they have a plethora of American imports, also some foreign players that are actually Americans. In fact, 4 of them altogether, and a good nucleus of young Thai players as well. What are you? And I know you've beat them once already, and they've beaten you once. In fact, you ran them out of their own gym last time. What are your plans this time going around?
Well, basically, I'll stick to the old plan that we beat them last time in their gym. Basically, we want to take away the 2 bigs and hopefully cut down their, offensive and defensive rebound. And defensive-wise, we need to lock down the shooter as well. So we need to gel as a team, and basically, we have to take care of our own business now.
And thanks, Coach, and good luck for today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. I'm here with Coach Raha of High Tech City, Bangkok. And Coach, last week a close game against Saigon. You ran away from them, and then they got back in the game. You hung on, you won by 6. Were you guys a little bit overconfident against Saigon?
Well, they put a good campaign, like especially when they caught up, and at the same time we were trying to save some of the players, our local players, because we have the university games, and they're committed to that also. So we balance things out, but in the end, we got a good fight, and we're happy with that kind of win. Yeah.
Coach, huge game today. Obviously, both teams won 10, lost 2. You played them twice, both times at your place. The beginning of the year, you beat them. Then they came back and beat you at your place. What's your strategy today to handle a very tough Singapore team?
Well, honestly, Singapore is really better this year, both on defense and the showing that they're putting up in their past few games, especially the locals. So we're going to try to anticipate their key local players this time. Yeah.
Okay, Coach. Thank you very much and good luck today.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Coach. I'm here with Justin Howard, the big number 5 man here for the Slingers. And Justin, last week a tough game. I've heard some things. Well, you guys were overconfident, but I think truth is they're a much improved team than they were before.
Yeah, they are improving, but we were at the top of the table and we didn't play like it. And but we came out to win and we learned from it, and just looking forward to this game right here.
Now, talk about this game right here. They have a plethora of American stars. I mean, they got Charles, they got Thomas, they got Jones, they got all sorts of guys who can put pressure on the ball. But you guys did beat them, and you beat them pretty well in their own gym. What are your plans this time around?
We know what we have to do. We're a good defensive team that can run, and so, we like to make our game plan fit us, not try to fit for other people. So, we're up top, so they have to come for us.
And this is your first year here in Singapore, not your first rodeo here in Asia, obviously. But what are your thoughts, not only from the basketball side, but personally, what's your experience been like so far in Singapore?
I like Singapore. They treat us well here. The city, the love for the Slingers is growing here, and I really enjoy here. I enjoy the food. It's a nice, clean place to live. I'm happy here.
Going forward in the ABL, obviously it's going to be a dogfight between you guys, Bangkok, and don't forget Westport, Malaysia. They've got a good team too. How do you see this shaking out going forward?
I mean, I have confidence in my team and myself, so I feel like we're going to finish at the top of the table. And we just got to concentrate on going for the playoffs now and getting the home court advantage. That's our goal, finishing #1. So.
Okay, Justin, thanks a lot and good luck today, buddy.
No problem. Thank you.
Teams back to your benches. Teams back to your benches, please.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ASEAN Basketball Leagues in Lion City right here in Singapore at the OCBC Arena Sport Hub in Singapore. Game today, the Singapore Slingers going against the high-tech Bangkok City team. Both teams tied for first place, and crowd still filing in here. And what an event this will be, the biggest thing that Singapore basketball has seen in a while, as their beloved Slingers fight for the league crown against last year's defending champions, the high-tech City Bangkok. Take a look at the last week's game. It wasn't easy for the Slingers. They got it done at the end of the day against a very game Filipinos MX3 Kings team, 63-57, but it took them overtime. And part of the reason, Arizona Reed, Alexander doing what he does so well, cutting to the hoop, but pressure at the other end as well. Reed getting behind the defender. He saw the ball lodging up between the backboard and the rim there. Don't see that very often, but important play there. Howard getting fouled towards the end of the game, knocking down a free throw shot, but just barely, setting up this shot here for Rosales at the end of regulation, cutting through two defenders, hitting the jumper. You can see the release and the light on the backboard coming off at the same time. Looking at the standings right now, Slingers and high-tech Bangkok City, that's the team they're playing today. Both teams at 10-2, followed by the Westport Dragons, 9-3. The Heat, Vampires, and the Filipinos, a much improved Filipinos MX3 Kings. So looking at the coaches, we saw them today and talked a little bit about them and their chances today. Coach Nyo and Raha also discussing what happened in the games previous to this. Coach Nyo.
This key affected by last week, a lot of them down with some issue like diarrhea and not feeling well, but and I think Whiskey, they are overconfident because we beat them twice in their home court, so we are not playing well together as a team, and basically that affects us, but towards the end we get a W, so that's pretty good.
Honestly, like Singapore is like really better this year, both on defense and the showing that they're putting up like in their past few games, especially like the locals. So we're going to try to anticipate like their key local players this time. Yeah.
Well, basically, I'll stick to the old plan that we beat them last time in their gym. Basically, we want to take away the two bigs and hopefully cut down their, offensive and defensive rebound, and defensive wise, we need to lock down the shooter as well. So we need to gel as a team, and basically we have to take care of our own business now.
So comments from a couple of coaches, not only about today's game, but what happened last week. Both these teams escaping with their lives. Bangkok did not have an easy game either, as they persevered 88-82 over the Saigon Heat, the game which they were in danger of losing control over in the last part of the game. Singapore, well, we talked about what happened to them, having to go overtime, being extended 63-57. They escaped with a win right here at the OCBC Center. But tonight, for all the marbles so far, as both these teams are tied for the top of the league. Third meeting between these two teams, as we said, both at 10-2. Westport, Malaysia, they are in third place at 9-3. They defeated the Mono Vampires last night, 94-81 in Thailand. High-tech in the Slingers that you said split both their two games. Here are the starters for Singapore, at least. We got Rosales, Alexander, Delvin Go again gets the start. And also Howard, you'll be playing down low, and we'll talk about the bench of the Singapore Slingers. That ought to be a strength for theirs as they get a couple players back. One, Quek, coming back from dengue fever. He was out for 3 weeks. talking to Coach Nyo before the game, he's ready to go, although he hasn't had a whole lot of practice time, but he is ready if they should need him. Now also, Wei Long is ready to go. Remember, he served that 2-game suspension for the altercation he got into before Christmas. I believe it was on December 19th in the game against the Westport Dragons in Malaysia. So he's ready to go. Singapore more or less at full strength. Perhaps Kwek won't get as many minutes as we thought he would get before, going against a very, very powerful, deeply talented Bangkok team. Tyler Lam, Fred Goldstein, Chris Charles, Steve Thomas, and Dasan Wadapong. Those are your starters for Bangkok. And in Lam, Goldstein, Charles, and Thomas, you have the American connection. 2 Americans, Thomas and, we look at their starting lineup right there. 2 Americans. In fact, we got Denai Kongkom, in fact, getting a start, but I don't know how right those statistics are right there. So, we'll go with Goldstein, Charles, Thomas, Lam, and Dasan Wodapong. Now, as we said, Thomas and Charles, both Americans. Goldstein and Lam, they got on the team by their mothers, who are Thai and Philippine. And, of course, the families now live in the States, but by virtue of the heritage rule, they are eligible to play for Bangkok. So, not to take anything away from the rest of the team, Bangkok also has a very, very talented local bunch of kids too. Dasan Wodapong just being one of them. You can see them coming on to the floor, very, very well respected around the league for their wealth of local talent. Same thing for Singapore. Remember last week, the star of the game for Singapore, Wu Chun-Dae, who scored 5 threes in that pivotal third quarter that kept Singapore in the ball game against a Kings team that was really on the march. So Wu keeping him close, and he got Player of the Week for the ASEAN Basketball League. So congratulations to Mr. Wu, and he will be coming off the bench tonight for Singapore. So Singapore, by virtue of having Wong and Kwek back, obviously a very, very deep team. Both these teams, by the way, are the best defensive teams in the league. That is no accident. The Slingers have allowed an average of 69.9 points per game, while High-Tech City Bangkok has surrendered 71.8 per game. Singapore averaging 76.25 points per game, Bangkok 80.16. So throw a net around them. They are very, very well matched up, and they have played each other 2 times. One of those games at the beginning of the season, a 9-point win for Bangkok. Singapore coming back and really blowing Bangkok out of their own gym, 81-65. Now that was on December 20th. So probably the truth somewhere in the middle, like most everything else, and we are ready for an exciting, we anticipate a very, very close game here. These teams are very, very familiar with each other. Chris Charles, a Villanova product, 34 years of age, voted best foreign import player 2 times, 7'1", 225. There is Howard. He will be charged with trying to keep Charles in check. Also Steve Thomas, the wide body, so to speak, from Middle Tennessee State. Played in the PBA as well, 6'9", 245 pounds. So advantage Bangkok if you're talking about players down low, but Singapore always finds a way to get it done, and usually that is predicated by good, solid team defense, and they will certainly need that today as we are ready for the tip-off here at the OCBC Arena. Chuck Schreiner with you. So happy you could join us today. Happy New Year to everybody if we haven't been able to reach out to you before. Very healthy and prosperous 2016 to you all. Tip-off ready to go. Howard going against Charles. The tip is controlled by Thomas. He's it up on the right-hand side. That will go to number 25. That's Adaporn. Shot off the mark. Thomas with the big old board. Back up and he goes. And there is something that Singapore is going to have to contend with all evening long. The 2 tall and muscular guys down low. Charles not so much. He's more svelte looking, but Thomas, the essential wide body outside from the elbow. Rosales can't hit it. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Singapore. They're going to say Justin Howard got his hands on it. So 1 and out for the Slingers. Bringing it back down will be Tyler Lam. Gets it off to Goldstein. Player of the week, by the way, December 7th. Long 3 is off the mark. Offensive board. Crashing the boards again. Howard. But check that, Alexander getting the board for Singapore. Rosales tries to get a step going around the corner. Go. Back outside Alexander. Howard can hit from there and does. 2-2. That's his spot right around the free throw line. Catch and shoot. Little turn. Hardly leaves his feet. Practices that shot all the time. Lamb gives it up and cuts through. Charles with the ball. Little fake there. Wong on him. Squirming for position. Can't quite get it. Offensive board, no. Going to come off the way of Singapore, but losing it and out of bounds it goes. It'll stay in possession of Singapore. So harried stuff. Nice looking crowd on hand here. They realize the importance of this game. It's been a long time since Singapore has been vying for a title. 10-2, both of these teams at the top of the table. Rosales gives it up to Alexander, popping through his go, looking for movement. Desmond O, in fact, not Wong starting. O at the side there. They'll give him that shot unless he proves he can knock it down. He's been a little bit streaky this year. Alexander goes baseline, has to kick it back outside. The ball is knocked around right into the path of Bangkok. Charles with the bounce pass, lead up and in. Heads up play by Chris Charles. Getting it over to Lamb, who got behind the defense. 4-2, sloppy play by the Slingers. The 8:05 mark. Back outside to Desmond, rotates the ball to go. Switching around is Alexander at the three-point line. Rosales thought about it, gives the ball to Howard. Howard, shot clock down to 6 and knocked away, so shot clock now down to 4. Good interior defense exhibited by high-tech City Bangkok. They rotate very well to the ball. Obviously been watching some video. Wide open look. Rosales rolls to the basket, tries to reverse the pass off. Yeah. To go inside. Delvin Go. Finding a little crease in the lane there. Puts it up and in. 4-4. Contributions they can get from him on offense are appreciated always. Charles Thomas with the offensive board. Up through the trees he goes. The tip back up. Another rebound. Mismatch with Go there. He backs him down, turns, fires back outside. Switching hands, rotating inside the lane to Thomas. No good. Knocked away. Good interior defense again by Singapore and launched off the knees of Alexander. Lost track of defenders. Fred Goldstein right there. South Alabama native, 5'10". We said player of the week last week, so he's coming off the high. Check it out again on the replay. Thomas being denied by Go. Nice timing by him. There's the outlet. Alexander taking his eye off his man. But Bangkok doing a stellar job guarding against the fast break off the ball. Who's that going to be on? No, that's going to be Howard holding on to Charles. Chris Charles, 7'1", 225. We said, the product of Villanova University. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Back outside it goes. It'll stop and pop. Action, yes! Tyler Lamb filling it up. That'll be a 2. So 6'4". Check that 7. They're going to give him a 3 on that. I thought his foot was on the line. Rosales waiting for movement. Go pops up. They'll give it to him. See if somebody breaks through. Rosales with the diagonal run, catches the ball and shoots, and a whistle holding on underneath. That's going to go against Bangkok. So one team foul each. In fact, are they going to say that as a shooting foul? If so, I guess Rosales will go to the line to shoot a pair. Rosales, remember, hitting the big shot last week, breaking the hearts of the Kings. At 1.8 seconds, he got the inbounds pass, went past a couple defenders, one defender going to the ground and letting it loose just as the light came on, and they countered it, and that sent it into overtime. The Slingers owning the overtime, missing first of 2 there is Rosales, and coming away with that 63-57 win over a very, very game Filipino MX3 Kings team, who incredibly have only won 1 game this year, and a much better team than their record would indicate. 1-11 so far they are. Rosales 0 for 2. Oozing off from the crowd. You've got to hit your free throws and a foul. And wait a minute, pushing off. And that will go on Goldstein. Fred Jones Goldstein. So break for the Slingers. They'll get the ball back. Second turnover for Bangkok at the 6:13 mark. You would expect this to be a highly defensive game. Go rotates the ball to the right. Desmond O through the defenders goes. Rosales almost lost by Howard. Howard does lose it. And on the run now, Tyler Lamb will finish. 9-4. Biggest lead of the game yet for high-tech City, and Singapore not doing a good job of taking care of the ball early on here in the first period. shades of what we saw last week. Charles coming out, getting involved in the defense on go. Desmond, loses it again nearly. Saves it. Go trying to get past one man, has the pocket pick. So another turnover. High-tech Bangkok City rolling to the basket. That will be a foul, and that will go on Rosales. So 4 turnovers early on for Singapore, not helping their cause at all. In fact, they're going to say, yes, that is Rosales. Back outside, it's rotated to Tyler Lamb inside. Go working against Thomas, post-up move, little jab step. If it goes, it counts, and does not, so that'll send Thomas to the line for a pair. See that little jab step left and move right. Able to get Delvin Go's feet moving. High-tech Bangkok City winning the league last year. We said they've met 2 times this year, very, very early in the year, both of the at High-Tech's place, their gym. Relatively close game, the first one. The second game, Singapore on fire, blowing them out 81-65. I'm sure that will be on their minds, High-Tech Bangkok Cities at least. That pacing that they took from Singapore inside the lane, wide open look as Wong, who's just checked in. He can't knock it down. Over the standard it goes, out of bounds. 1 and out, 11-4. High-Tech Bangkok City with the lead, and Singapore will call timeout. We'll take a little bit of a break too when we come back to OCBC Arena. 11-4 in favor of High-Tech Bangkok City over the Slingers when we return. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, off the timeout. 11-4 in favor of High-Tech Bangkok City over the Singapore Slingers, and very active on defense as usual. Remember, we said at the top of the show, both these teams are the best 2 teams on defense in the league statistically. Singapore giving up 69.9 points a game. Just a little bit over that for the High-Tech Bangkok City team, 71.25. But it's been Bangkok who've been getting their hands active on defense, very aggressive. Singapore turning the ball over 4 times already. Here we are at the 5-minute mark. A little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Charles, who can handle the ball ahead, works on Howard. Little step back jumper. Offensive board. Charles stepped out of bounds. No, it's going to say last touch by Howard. So Bangkok will have the ball with 13 left on the shot clock. 4:50 to go here in the first quarter. Chuck Schreiner with you. Hope you're enjoying it. A lot of basketball to go, no matter who your team is. Thomas now. Howard switching off on him. Long shot from downtown is off the mark. Over the top it goes. Nice defense there by Alexander on Tyler Lamb. Alexander, so far the invisible man. Now he's got the ball. Switches it back outside to Go. They're playing Go because of the need for more height, especially down low. Wide open look is going to be off the mark, and Howard alertly stepping in to get it. Return pass from him. Little show and go. Nice recovery by Thomas. Back outside it goes. Go again with the shot off the mark. Ball picked off by Thomas. Chris Charles vying for it inside. Player goes. Who was that? Number 3, carrying the ball like a loaf of bread, Fred Goldstein. Last touch by Singapore. So high-tech Bangkok City will get the ball back. Substitution. Wu checking in, and he was the hero of last game. Remember, 5 trays in the third quarter, keeping Singapore in contact. Off the inbounds, back outside again to Goldstein. Goldstein, long shot, way off the mark. Rebound taken by Wong, pushing the ball. Wu back outside to Wong and has the ball taken away. It's a race to see who gets there first, and a foul from behind. And that will go on Goldstein. So again, Bangkok a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end. Sloppy play on the offensive end by Singapore. They are paying the price early on. Here you see it. Look at the hustle. Just a little push from behind by Goldstein. Wong getting in his path. Alexander. Long shot by him. Yes! Just what the Slingers need. I think that's a 2. No, it's a 3, so 11-7. That was needed. Back from Bangkok. Tyler Lamb. Now the switch off. Wu on him. Charles downstairs trying to find his way through. And what we have, an elbow. Offensive foul by Chris Charles. Good defense by Alexander, holding his ground. He's giving up a few inches. There's the shot by Alexander a little bit earlier, rattling that one home. So 11-7 now. Singapore a chance to get within 2 or 3. In the backcourt, it is Wu and Wong. Alexander around one screen. Wu, good rotation to that right side. In comes Howard. Ball on the floor again. Back outside. Wide open look for Wu. Yes! That's his spot. He loves the corner. 11-9. Singapore to within 2. 2:45 to go here in the first quarter. For the hero of last game, you can see Thomas a little bit slow getting out on the shooter. He didn't want to leave home. We have there's a shot way off the mark, but Wu gets the rebound. The other end, a 3. Wide open look again by Wu. This time from 3 and he nails it. Oh my goodness. Wu extends his hot streak, 14-12. Slingers down by a pair. Back it comes. Long 3. Trading baskets, not that time. Alexander, Slingers on the run in the open court. Gives the ball off to the right side. Desmond O gives it to Wong for the shot, no good. Underneath, Charles with the rebound. Quickly back comes Bangkok. Little drop step behind, can't get it. Charles with the tip, no, Howard pulls it down. Bangkok owning the offensive boards, but not converting. Wong will slow it down, so 3-guard offense at the moment for Singapore with Desmond O in there, so long 3 is going to be off the mark. Charles. Looking pass. Thomas. Oh, I thought he walked. He did not. The foul will go on Wong Wei Long. That'll be 1 on him. So Go goes to the bench, and taking his place is Desmond O. So you can see the strategy. Singapore try and run the ball up the court. But by doing that, they sacrifice a little bit of strength on the inside. Howard and Alexander really the only players there left to rebound, and really Alexander no match for either Thomas or Charles, so we would expect the offensive rebounding stats to be heavily in favor of Bangkok. We'll stay with you during the timeout. Well, we expected a close one. So 13-12 in favor of the high-tech Bangkok City team. They raced off to that 11-4 lead, mostly on account of Singapore turnovers. They got 4 points off of that and pushing the ball. Surprisingly, usually Singapore or Bangkok not the team that does that. Very, very happy to take the ball in the half court, get the ball inside, then the kick back outside to some of their sharpshooters, either Lamb or Goldstein, and that hasn't been the case today. Again, Bangkok's owning the offensive board, so at some point in time, Singapore is going to have to contend with that Whether that means moving Alexander down to closer to the basket, we'll have to wait and see. Right now, Singapore able to stay close because even with the offensive boards, Charles not able to finish and Thomas not able to finish either. So 1 point difference in the game. Singapore also with their best defensive team in. You don't want to neglect that with Wu, Wong, and Desmond. So they are the players that can hassle the high-tech Bangkok City players the most. Stay in their grill, so to speak. Don't give them time to shoot. Be up to the Bangkok guards to get the ball down low into easy scoring opportunities, either to Charles or to Thomas, who is at the line now for two. A 13-12 game. This is the first one. Neither one of these teams are going to light it up consistently from the free throw line for whatever reason. Oh, 2, and Alexander with the rebound. So a sigh of relief for the Singapore fans. Back outside to Desmond, rotating up is Howard. There's Alexander. Charles working on him. Wu coming over to lay down the screen. Alexander being chased. Inside he goes. Howard with 4 on the shot clock. Turns, tries to find room, but the ball out of bounds with 1 second left on the shot clock. So Singapore again extending that shot clock way down. Another indication of how aggressive Bangkok is on the offensive board. They're going to have to get rid of it, not in time. So Charles will come away with the rebound. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Lamb almost has his pocket pick. Around he goes. That's Tyler Lamb from the corner. Yes! From Threesville. Fred Goldstein for a triple. 16-12. The lead jacked up to 4. Your score on the screen is wrong. There we go. So 44 seconds. Bangkok will get the ball back. Wong. We look at that shot again, and you can see running towards Goldstein a little bit late, so a mix-up on the defensive coverage there. Wong swings it over to Alexander, waiting for movement. He'll cut through the basket. The reverse is going to be off the mark. Had his shot changed by the presence of Thomas. Lamb puts his head down, fires one up, and can't get it to fall, but a foul. I'll tell you, Tyler Lamb and Goldstein, both these guys have a nose for the basket, darting through a couple of defenders. So Alexander now with 2. That is the only Singapore player that is in any sort of bother at all, but you need to get him out of there. So 15.8, Alexander will sit down. And say they can hardly afford either Howard or Alexander to get in foul trouble. The linchpins of their offense in a lot of different ways. 1, so that makes the score 17-12. Tyler Lamb, Long Beach State and also UCLA. Was ranked number 5 as far as guards go back when he was in school for shooting guards. Wong, 7 seconds, will jack it up. Got it! Wong threading his way through a couple of defenders. Left hand dribble, pulling up from the elbow, and that will do it. So Wong Wei Long giving the fans a little something to cheer about. Here he is, and Thomas again a little bit slow getting out on there. 17-14 at the end of the quarter in favor of high-tech Bangkok City. We'll be back for second quarter action after this.
So at the quarter break, we're going to do the skills challenge with 2 very athletic looking gentlemen to join us. All you going to do, boys, dribble around the court, make it in, come back, dribble around the court again, and then shoot a free throw. Make a free throw. All right, are you boys ready? Let's go! Yo, this is going to be quick. Well, time to go take your layup. Almost got each other's way. Free throw, boys. One more time, don't give up, come on. Steph Curry getting it done. Well done, boys. birthday. So happy birthday, Tal Cohen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Your first quarter score 17-14 in favor of high-tech Bangkok City. Looking at the stats, what grabs you right away are the rebounding, and 10 total for Singapore, 16 total for high-tech Bangkok City. And get this, 8 offensive rebounds to Singapore's 1. So Singapore is going to have to clean that up. They cannot give high-tech City Bangkok second and third chance opportunities all day long. Singapore 6 of 15 from the floor for 40%. 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. High Tech 6 of 21 for 29%. But when you're controlling the offensive boards, you don't have to have a high shooting percentage. Wong with the ball now. Ooh, long three. Going to be way off the mark. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Back from High Tech. Turnovers. Singapore with 4. High Tech with 2. Charles rolls to the rim. Foul, or check that, travel call. Good call by the referees. So 4-2 as far as the turnovers go as well. Singapore did do a better job in the second part of the first quarter, holding on to the ball, especially when they got their 3-guard offense going in there. Go in the game now. Alexander out. Wu underneath. Go is foul. He is hammered by Thomas. Good job by Delvin Go to hang in there. He'll go to the line for 2. So Alexander with 2 fouls on the bench right now, and they'd like to keep him there at least the next 5 minutes. There's Wu rolling to the basket. Angles cut off by Charles. Now watch Go come in here, showing some courage there, going up. He is surrounded by 3 green jerseys, and he is fouled. So chance for Singapore to climb to within 1. He misses the first one. Line drives it up there. Go has improved his footwork, I think, looking at him this year as compared to years past. He's much more savvy around the basket. So 2-point lead now. Back comes Charles. Go working on him. That he's surrounded. Ball almost taken away. Ball in the hands of number 7. Kanawaki. Now Charles gets the ball inside, and hammered is Thomas. As he goes to the basket, green jerseys come over and help him up. Believe the foul there on either Wu or Rosales. So Thomas will go to the line. That will stop the clock at the 8:59 mark. 2-point Bangkok lead. You just joined us. They've led throughout. Led by as many as 7, 11-4. A little run by Singapore. Got that down to 1 point. Thomas misses another one. He's missed his last 4. Back comes Wong. Howard at the high post has it now, and Charles will give him space. Wong looking for a screen. Rosales pops up. Down underneath is Howard calling for the ball. Switching the ball to the left side. Wong, the little floater in the lane is no good. Tries to get his own rebound, cannot. Bangkok comes away with it. On the march they are. Singapore doing a good job of getting back on defense, almost throwing it away. And Wu does, so a turnover. Great job on defense by Singapore. Rolling to the basket is Howard, and he's fouled. Great job on defense, swarming on the ball handler, trapping him on the left sidelines, coughing it up. Wu leading the fast break. Check it out here, finding Howard. Howard working against Charles, and foul by number 25, Adapong. So Singapore back to within a point. They can even it up here at 17. Remember, the winner of this game sole possession of first place. Howard knocks them both down. Well, the emergence of Singapore's local guys. Remember, all the Singapore players also on the national team. Invaluable to Singapore's run this year. With ball rotation, Charles picks up the dribble. Go on him. Rolling to the basket. Good move by Charles. Stepping right past Go. Little jab step. Go. Swings it over to Rosales. Rosales to Wu in the corner. Howard coming over to fly the screen. Kick back outside. Rosales. Singapore doing a good job on the screening. Howard from the corner. Yes! You've got to put a hand in his face. You cannot leave him alone like that. 19 apiece. Howard picking it up for Alexander, who's on the bench for 2 fouls. Adaporn. Charles, or check that, Thomas working on Go. Right around Go he goes. Getting position up and in. And Go just not moving his feet quick enough. Back comes Wong. Wong cutting the corner, getting inside, losing possession. To the elbow he goes, kicks it back outside. Wong will reset with 13 on the shot clock. Howard, Thomas on him. Skip pass across to Go. Rosales in the corner, back outside. Wu with the shot, yeah! From 3! Wu's in there! 22-21 Slingers, their first lead of the game. Beautiful ball distribution by Singapore. Back outside to Kanawat. Shot from the left side, no good. Charles fighting for it, but Howard coming away is Wong, and he is fouled by Kanawat. Great job on the defensive end by Singapore, swarming, very inspiring stuff. So Kanawat will leave. Check that, number 25, Adaporn will leave. Quality minutes, that's what you ask if you're a coach, and Delvin, Go and company. Wu, Wong, Desmond O, Rosales, all providing that for the Slingers, and that's the reason why they are where they are right now. Not only in this game, but in the season. Wu, Go, looking downstairs for the cutting Rosales, back outside to Wong. 7 on the shot clock. Around the screen, Wu's going to have to either get rid of it or shoot. Go inside with the left hand. Score it! Delvin Go! 24-21 Slingers. The 8-12, 6-10 mark, excuse me. Back from Bangkok. Post-up move. Great defense by Wu, coming down with another offensive board for Bangkok. The shot from the left side is going to be off the mark. Stepping in, whip pass inside to Charles. Charles with a little baby hook inside. 24-23, nice ball movement by Bangkok here, and again crashing the offensive boards. And that's the problem that presents for Singapore. A lot of beef underneath. Inside, Howard. Nice defense by Charles, back inside again. 4, wild shot there. Charles right there to corral it. Nothing but air on that shot. So back come Bangkok, chance to regain the lead. Looking pass, Charles. Go working on him. Pass inside, no look, oh yes. Great cut to the basket by Tyler Lamb on the baseline. Wong could not stay with him, so 1-point lead now for Singapore, or for Bangkok. Howard back outside to Rosales, throws the screen, alone momentarily, pops it out to Wong. Wong, double dribble, penetration, has the ball taken away, and again Singapore sloppy with their ball handling. Charles downstairs, working on him is Go. He can't stay with him with the left hand. It's Charles circling underneath. Singapore has seen enough, they're going to have to call a timeout. Well, a 3-point Singapore lead disappearing in a matter of 1 minute. Now 27-24 Bangkok. We'll stay with you. Some of the things that Singapore is doing wrong. Check this out on the offensive end, and Delvin Go gets caught in no man's land. Neither here nor there. Getting sucked in by the action on the perimeter. Charles able to sneak behind him. The entry pass. That's all she wrote. So Charles, very, very effective on that baseline. Brilliant footwork by him. Villanova product, 34 years of age. We said 2-time MVP, 4th MVP here in the ASEAN League. So a game that we thought would be playing out like this is that. 4:42 to go and no Alexander yet, and really Singapore can possibly avoid it. You might not even see him in the second quarter. Remember, Alexander with 2 fouls go. Good on the offensive end, but is getting exposed time and time again underneath. Not by Thomas, by Chris Charles. But, Singapore just that one big man short, and that handicaps them, especially when they play a team that has twin towers going at them, and Howard can't possibly mark 2 players at the same time, so they'll stay with Delvin Go. Now getting ready to check in for the Slingers, number 17, Ung Han Bin, 26-year-old. 1.95 meters, 86 kilograms. And Coach Nyo has to realize he's in for a battle. So Singapore with 4:42, name of the game for them is stay in contact. Don't let Bangkok go on a concerted run. And these teams defensively coming as advertised. So Singapore will inbound the ball. Little 6-0 run being put on now by Bangkok. Rosales. Ung stepping up. There's the screen. Off of that comes Desmond O. Rosales looking inside. Nothing there. 8 on the shot clock. Quick rotation. Desmond O in the corner is going to be off. Again, good box out by Bangkok, and quickly bringing the ball down the court, and a blocking foul by Desmond O. Smart play by Tyler Lamb, taking the ball in a straight line. And Desmond with 2 fouls now. Back comes Alexander. Let's see who's going to go out. So not feeling that they could wait any longer. Now the danger is you don't want Alexander to pick up a 3rd foul. Look for Bangkok to go right at him. Lamb, kick back outside. Long wait. Rebound by Howard. Rosales. Ung stays in the game. Rosales trying to get around Thomas. Rotation to Alexander. Gets caught up. Shot from left-hand side. Again, Rosales. His first bucket of the game. So that'll pull the Slingers back to within 1. Under 4 minutes to go. Lamb again being hassled by Rosales. Charles, bounce pass inside. Ball knocked away. Last touch by Desmond. Oh my goodness. Don't know about that. Looked like Lamb might have got his finger on it, so never mind. Goldstein to inbound it. Oh, great move by Lamb on the inbound, circling around Desmond O, getting a step on him. So back up by 3 go Bangkok. Howard, the rotation to Alexander. Now Rosales underneath. Yes! Great job by Rosales, shielding himself with that right shoulder, left hand off the glass, up and in. 1-point game again at the 3:12 mark. Back comes Lamb, left hand dribble. Oh, handling him. Rosales. Reverse. The follow, yes, another offensive board. That time by Tyler Lamb. Singapore getting victimized time and time again, but Alexander getting behind his man at the other end for an easy 2. 1-point game. Under 3 minutes to go. Charles, lead pass inside. Yes, no, knocked away. Shot change. Tyler Lamb going to the left hand unwisely to the basket. Rosales kicks it back outside, and he's fouled. End-to-end action. Again, both these teams tied atop the league at a 10-2 record. Singapore playing much better than they did last week. Into the game now, number 10 for Singapore. That's Kwek, Leon Kwek. Remember, he had dengue fever, was out for almost a month. Wide open. Look, can't knock it down. Got to hit those shots. Here we go again. Back down, number 6 is Dene. Dene knifing through is Lamb. Tussle for the ball. No foul at all. Charles thought about it. Back out to Charles. Charles, post-up move in. Soft little shot inside for 2. Chris Charles dominating inside for Bangkok. 3-point lead again now. Good ball rotation. Ung again. Bounce pass inside and a kick ball by Charles. Trying to get the ball inside to Howard. Out goes on. Back in the game comes Wu. And that's what you like to see by Young. You don't necessarily have to score, but contribute any way you can. He did on defense. Didn't lose a whole lot when he was in the game. Gonzalez on the left-hand side. Howard delivering the screen. Left-hand dribble going around. Stevens back outside for three. Oh my goodness. Wu again. 8 points for him. He has lost nothing the last week. 33-33. We are tied. Bangkok wants a timeout. 1:44 to go. Check it out again. Wu catch and shoot from downtown. Another look at it. Singapore not missing a beat on their perimeter game. Having some problems on their dribble penetration part of their game, and also the offensive boards. I don't know what they're going to do to solve that problem. They just do not have the beef to mix it up with Charles and Stephen Thomas, but what they can do is keep attacking, rotate the ball around, hit the open man and knock down your shot. You've got to do that. That was the one element of the Singapore game that was missing last week, the inability to knock down the outside shot. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, what a game Chris Charles is having for Bangkok. As we said, MVP a couple of seasons in a row. I've got him with 8 points at the moment, but my goodness, how many offensive boards has he ripped down? As we said at the end of the first quarter, 8-1 in that category in favor of High Tech. It's liable to be more than that at the half. So the game coming as advertised. Desperate battle here at the top of the table. And don't forget Westport Malaysia Dragons with a fairly convincing win the other night as well against Bono Vampires. They won by 12. All these teams, even at the bottom of the league, improving by leaps and bounds as the season continues. And it's going to be something else the second half of the season. So Bangkok to inbound it, 1:42 to go. Gonzalez working on Lamb. Off to Goldstein on the right-hand side. And Charles working with Alexander. It's nice soft hands on the look by Denai, who fills it up. So 2-point lead now for Bangkok. Gonzalez gives it off to Alexander. Denai working on him. Howard waiting for cutters. Gonzalez. Howard coming over to apply the screen. Getting free, wide open look. No, he'll back it out again. Wu thought about it inside. No, that's not going to make it that time. Howard, though, with the big reach, puts it up, can't get it to go. Charles with another rebound and a foul underneath. That'll go on Rosales. So 1:02 to go. Chris Charles, the difference maker in this game. So lithe and agile and great footwork. Has those finesse moves, but can turn on the power when he needs to. Charles again with the ball on the left side. Looking inside to Thomas, number 55. They'll reset. Under a minute to go here. 7 on the shot clock. Whip back outside. Thomas will take that shot. He won't hit it. Another offensive board and a foul. And that'll go on Rosales. And that's 2 on him. Number 6, Denai Kongkong. There's Thomas again. Can't knock it down, but sliding in. And look at that. You've got to close out the passing lanes. And that was quick, actually, with the foul. So neither one of these teams in the penalty yet. Lamb will check it in. Outside, quick pass in. Lamb and another foul, that time again on Quet. So you can see the idea with Lamb, little catch and shoot. Quet right there, cognizant of that, but made contact, and that will put Lamb at the line for a pair. So chance for Bangkok to put a little distance between them and the Slingers before the end of the first half. So now a 3-point lead. Tyler Lamb, UCLA and Long Beach State. As we said, ranked the 5th best shooting guard in the country. And Long Beach State averaged 15.2 points a game. Made the second team Big West in his college days. Alexander tied up with Dene on that left side. Rosales, little kick shot, can't get it to fall, and 20 seconds to go. Now opportunity for Bangkok to extend the lead even more. Down low, and the foul will go on Wu. So Bangkok doing a good job getting the ball into the interior, and Singapore, all they can do is foul. So a couple ways you can attack that. Watch this again. Now there's your entry pass, and look, there's the foul by Wu, and really not much choice. So again, a chance for Bangkok to go up by 6 with 15.8 to go here in the first half. This is the first one. Singapore being saved by Wu again a little bit in this first half. He's knocked down a couple of big threes. Loose ball picked up by Singapore. So a chance for them to get to within 1 or 2. Rotated over to Alexander. Alexander knifing through, kicks the ball outside. Rosales, the step-up jumper. Got it. And that will do it. So 37-35, as close as we thought it would be. Bangkok with a little bit of an edge as we finish the first half. We'll be back for second half action, and more stuff as the halftime break continues here at the OCBC Arena. Hello. Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 37-35 high-tech Bangkok City. 2 points better than the Slingers at the end of the first half. We've got highlights for you from the very exciting first half. Tyler Lamb leading all scorers with 15 points. There's 2 of his 15 circling around his defender, hitting from the elbow. Another look at it, and be wise to get a hand in his face. He also has a couple of offensive boards. We talked about him at the beginning of the show. Ex-UCLA Bruin and Long Beach State native, averaged 15.8 his senior year. There is Alexander, 2 of his 5 points. That came at a time when the Slingers really needed a bucket. They were down 11-4. That made it 11-7. Kick back outside. Now inside, Wu going to work. Can't get out there quick enough on. There's another look at it. You can see Stephen Thomas not quick enough to get out on Wu. Rotation again, and there he is. Wu again. Leading Singapore at the end of the first half with 11 points. He hit 2 threes. Remember last week at the third quarter when he hit 5 threes. So becoming the most consistent Singapore shooter from beyond the arc, without a doubt. So Singapore at that time, yes, in the driving seat, but back again. There he is again. Or that time, actually, that was Fred Goldstein. 3 of his 6 shots. So inside again, there is Wong from the elbow. That is 2 for him. So Wong Wei Long getting into the scoring column. Little dish off there. And Howard, he can hit those medium range jumpers. Got to get a hand in his face. Nice ball rotation by the Slingers. Getting it back out to who knows. Wu again. And you pay the price. Very good without the ball going to his spot. Very good catch and shoot, but it's been this guy. What a force he has been from inside. So Charles with 8 points, but he has 12 rebounds so far in that first half. Chris Charles dominating down low, and there he is with the putback right there. So Singapore are going to have to figure out a way to do more on the boards, as right now they are getting pulverized underneath again. Little reverse, no good, but who's there to clean it up? Actually, that time, number 1, that was Tyler Lamb. Rosales underneath, the kick out. Shot by Wu, another 3. So his 3rd tray of the first half. Another look at it. Charles out a little bit too late on him. So the stats for the first half are pretty indicative of how the game went. You can see totally dominating underneath the glass for the rebounds are the high-tech Bangkok City. And they have a total of 12 rebounds. These are the official stats coming from the bench. So 17 total rebounds for the Slingers, 3 offensive boards. Now on the other side of the board, check this out. The stat that really jumps out at you, 13 offensive rebounds for Bangkok. So here are the unofficial stats as you look at that. 54% shooting, 60%, 15 of 45 to 50%. 3-pointers, 2 of 8, 4 of 8. Free throws, indicative in the rebounds. Well, that is not right. So we got a interview here with Justin Howard that we took before the game. Let's see what Justin's got to say about this season. I'm here with Justin Howard, the big number 5 man here for the Slingers. And Justin, last week, a tough game. I've heard some things, well, you guys were overconfident, but I think truth is they're a much improved team than they were before.
I mean, yeah, you know, they are improving, but we were at the top of the table, and we didn't play like it. And but we came out to win, and we learned from it, and just looking forward to this game right here.
Now, talk about this game right here. They have a plethora of American stars. I mean, they got Charles, they got Thomas, they got Jones, they got all sorts of guys that can put pressure on the ball. But you guys did beat them, and you beat them pretty well in their own gym. What are your plans this time around?
I mean, we know what we have to do. We're a good defensive team that can run, and so, we like to make our game plan fit us, not try to fit for other people. So, I mean, we're up top, so they have to come for us.
And this is your first year here in Singapore, not your first rodeo here in Asia, obviously, but what are your thoughts, not only from the basketball side, but personally, what's your experience been like so far in Singapore?
I like Singapore. They treat us well here. The city, the love for the Slingers is growing here, and I really enjoy here. I enjoy the food. It's a nice, clean place to live. I'm happy here.
Going forward in the ABL, obviously it's going to be a dogfight between you guys, Bangkok, and don't forget Westport, Malaysia. They've got a good team too. How do you see this shaking out going forward?
I mean, I have confidence in my team and myself, so I feel like we're going to finish at the top of the table. And we just got to concentrate on going for the playoffs now and getting a home court advantage. That's our goal, finishing number 1. So.
Okay, Justin, thanks a lot and good luck today, buddy.
No problem. Thank you.
So Justin Howard putting his 2 cents in, what he thinks was going to happen in Singapore the rest of the season. We know what's happening so far at OCBC Arena, 37-35. High-tech Bangkok with a little sliver of a lead, 2 points. We'll see if that's going to be good enough going forward. We come back for second half after these messages. High-tech Bangkok City going against Singapore Slingers, the OCBC Arena here in Singapore. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. OCBC Arena, halftime, 37-35. The high-tech Bangkok City team, who are tied atop the league with Singapore with a sliver of a lead, as we said, 37-35 over the very game Slingers team. And looking at the stats, the thing that really jumps out at you is the rebounding. 50 total rebounds. Check that, 17 total rebounds for the number 23 on the team, and that is Chris Charles. So rebounds going the way of Bangkok City by a lot. In fact, Bangkok with 13 total offensive boards for a total of 28. Now it is Singapore, 3 offensive boards for a total of 17. So 13-3 getting out-rebounded on the offensive end of it. So this is something that's going to have to be improved if Singapore is going to win this game. You cannot continue to give teams second, third, and even fourth in some occasions shots at the basket. All the other aspects very close as you would expect. Turnovers, Singapore with 5, high-tech Bangkok City with 4. Scoring in the game, Tyler Lamb with 15. We're talking about Bangkok here. Chris Charles with 8. Goldstein with 6. Stephen Thomas with 6. On the other side of the ball, of course, we said Wu with 11. Rosales with 6. Alexander with 5. Howard with 6. And Delvin Go with 5. So here we are, starting the second half. Switching ends, and Bangkok and Green with the ball right now. Charles with the ball. Up to the top he goes. Slicing down is Lamb again. The little backup jumper in and out. Howard nails the rebound. Check that, Alexander. And Alexander, by his standards, a poor first half, coming back, driving the ball home right away. Go to Rosales. Rosales looking for the screen. Go obliges on the left-hand side. Stop and pop. It's going to be off the mark. And another rebound by who else? Chris Charles, number 18 for him. Lamb, Charles, rolling to the basket, kicks it back outside. Oh, wide open look, why not? Number 25 knocking it down. That's Adahorn. So 5 points for him. And a 6-point lead now for Bangkok. Desmond Go underneath. Back out top it goes. Switching it to Alexander. Alexander trying to get something done with it inside, and he loses control. Let's see who the ball is going to go to. Singapore. Alexander a little bit out of control there, maybe getting a little bit frustrated. Dribble penetration being a big part of his game and not being able to do a lot of that. In fact, last game as well. Little spin move inside and a foul on Rosales. See if Rosales will go to the line. Yes, he will. So 40-35, in fact, a 5-point lead. At the 8:52 mark, Rosales at the line. Had 4 in the first half. Short on that. Good-looking crowd here at the OCB Arena on both sides. Bangkok with a contingency of players as well, or wives and followers, fans. 1 of 2, so that'll make it 40-36. So Lamb with 17, leading all scorers. Going to inbound it. Gets it off to Goldstein. Still Goldstein working against Wong. Backs it out. The jumper is good. Wow. Goldstein 6 in the first half. That was a triple there, so all of a sudden a 6-point lead now. And losing it underneath is Desmond O. Lead pass, and he throws it away to Alexander. Nice job of pursuit by the Slingers. Back inside they go, getting the ball to Howard. Howard working on Thomas, and there's a foul. Thomas upside the head with a slap on Howard. Howard will go to the line for a pair. No, he won't. They'll take it out of bounds, so Alexander will inbound it. But lucky for Singapore, look at this. Inside to Howard, and the play that was before that, Bangkok threw it away. They had a chance to go up by 8. There's a screen being thrown. Wong around that. Howard bumps off of that. To the right side he goes. Back outside to Howard. Stops and pops. Can't get it to fall. Desmond O chases it down. A rare offensive board for the Slingers. Wong will reset it with 10 on the shot clock. 7:59. Alexander double team, triple teamed inside. ball on the floor. Go has to shoot it at the whistle, cannot. So great shutdown defense once again by Bangkok. Back comes Goldstein. Slicing around Alexander under the basket. The kick back outside to Lamb. Lamb a long three. He's going to be off. Underneath to clean it up. Another offensive board. Kicking it back outside. Charles loses a foul. That'll go against Singapore. Very quick ball movement by Bangkok. Great job of anticipating and again crashing the O boards. And things happen when you rebound well. Long miss there, and you can see right into the hands of number 25, Adiporn, and around the horn it goes. The ball being checked in. Opposite side, long three is going to be off the mark. Wu there momentarily to get it, and off the hands of Thomas. So Singapore will get it. Down by 6. Bangkok matching their biggest lead of the game. Alexander popping it back outside to Howard, who loses it. Thomas on the floor. Chasing it down is Howard, last touched by Charles, I believe. And Singapore luckily will get the ball back. But again, Singapore, some mental lapses here early on in the third quarter, paying the price. This is a Bangkok team who's come out of the chute very, very aggressive indeed. Well coached. Doing a good job of denying the ball on the entry passes. And Alexander just not much room to do his thing on the inside. Singapore has only scored 1 point. Remember, they trail 37-35, so 6-1 little mini run here by Bangkok to open up the second half. Wu now. Pataporn all over him off the screen. Queck rolls off that, cuts inside, outsteps Howard. Still Wu. Now it goes over to Wong. Tries to get the ball inside, and players on the floor. I think the foul will go against Singapore. Foul will go on number 10, Queck. So again, Wong, once he got inside, tried to dump the ball off to Howard, but look where it goes. Really not in the vicinity of him, and result of that, another turnover. So Bangkok putting the pressure on Singapore on the defensive end once again. Goldstein rushing the ball up. Rolling around one defender, 2. Underneath he goes to Charles, up and in. Easy as you please. Tyler Lamb and Goldstein really taking it to Singapore early on from the elbow. Going to be off the mark once again, 1 and out. Thomas puts the ball on the floor. Singapore comes up with it. Alexander forcing the action. Up again he goes and can't get it, and he'll go to the line for a pair. Alexander trying to force the action a little bit. Got caught out of position underneath the basket. Luckily bailed out with the foul. His back was turned. Saying that, he almost got it to go. Delvin Go checking in. Queck will go back out. Steadily, Bangkok starting to assert themselves here. 44-36 with 16:18 to go, or 6:18 to go here in the third quarter. Singapore going to have to figure out a way to get inside. They used the perimeter shooting the first half, but you've got to have an inside game. Gets both. 6-point lead now for Bangkok. Singapore applying the full court pressure. Wu on Goldstein. We'll check that on Tyler Lamb. Goldstein now switches over to the left side. Thomas loses control of the ball, so a turnover. Slingers will take over, and Bangkok doing a great job of taking care of the ball all afternoon. In fact, they only have 4 turnovers. Check that, they're 4 turnovers. Singapore had 5, but they've turned the ball over a couple of times. Howard will take that shot, and he'll miss. And again, gang rebounding by Bangkok, and away with it comes Goldstein, going straight to the basket, and a foul. That will go on Rosales, who really seemingly cannot keep up with Goldstein, who are getting more and more confident, pushing the ball down the court against Singapore, who's looking a little bit ragged on defense at the moment. check it out again. There he is, getting that first step, and Rosales has to foul. Thomas working on Go, turns the corner on him, and ball knocked away. Good job by Delvin Go. Alexander off to the races, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line. The trailer Howard right there, just in case. So Alexander finally getting into his rhythm. An opportunity now for Singapore to get to within 4. Check it out again. Lamb, the last line of defense, and there's the foul. Alexander hit the last 2. 3 in a row for him, and Singapore to within 5. Short. Howard gets the offensive board, kicked out of bounds. Last touch by Goldstein. Off of his thumb, and hope he's all right. What do we have here? We have a substitute for Bangkok. The Bangkok coach coming out onto the floor, and Goldstein coming out, and good observation by the coach. You don't want your player hurt out there. So checking in will be number 7, Kenawat. Had some minutes in the first half. Wu rotates the ball to Rosales. There's the screen. Rosales knifing to the basket. Open look on the right-hand side. Off the mark. Rebound by Singapore. Off to Howard. Bumps and grinds past Charles. Finds a lane. Can't get it to go. And out with it comes Tyler Lamb. Great opportunity there for Singapore. Charles down on the low block. Howard coming over to apply the help and a foul. I believe that will go against Howard. Charles again riding, squirming to the basket. He is fouled, and just great balance in the air. Can't say enough about the skill set of Chris Charles. The 5:04 mark. Chance to put his team back up by 7. Singapore, literally the change in strategy in this second half. Rotating the ball into the basket, forcing their way inside, and skewing the perimeter shooting that kept them in the game the first half. 1 of 2, and Thomas keeps it alive, up and in. Nice little jab step, gets past Howard, so 3-point play after all is said and done. 8-point lead again now for Bangkok. Rotation over to Alexander, waiting for move. Rosales comes out top. Alexander 2 steps and in. Yeah! Rolling past both Charles and Thomas. Courageous move there by Alexander. 6-point lead again for Bangkok. Lamb on the right side. Charles. Bounce pass inside to Thomas, working on Go. Over comes Howard. Shot's going to be in and out, but in there is Charles. To back outside again. The shot from Greenfield. Yeah! Oh my! Pierpont Piron that time. Inside it goes, and the lead is 9. Howard sinks a 2 from the elbow. So the lead is 7. Singapore needing some stops. To the basket and beating his man. Charles goes up, so does Thomas. The ball out of bounds and remain in possession of Bangkok. And you can see the dilemma for Singapore. They've got Howard down low, but Bangkok has that 2-headed monster in Chris Charles and Steve Thomas, who has been much more active here in the second half. Check this out, unimpeded. To the basket goes Denai Kongkong. Ball knocked out of bounds, and Charles getting to the ball first. So it's been all Bangkok again on the offensive end, snaring these offensive boards, second and third and sometimes even fourth chance attempts at the basket. And Singapore just seemingly no answer for that. They trail by 7. To Singapore's credit, they have not let the game get out of hand. Alexander coming to life here in the second half. Dribble penetration, a big part of his game, as we said before. challenging the big guys inside and getting a couple baskets that way. As you see some Golden State Warriors fans, and why not? 3 losses in the whole season, Golden State. They lost just the other day, in fact. And Stephon Curry and Draymond Green and company, defending NBA champions. Well, 2 first-place teams here in the ABL as well. And Go will stay in the game, as will Wu and Rosales. Howard and Alexander. Really, this is where Singapore is exposed a bit. Now, Go, as we said, has improved a lot during the course of the season, but when he comes up against some of these guys with these nice quick moves and good footwork downstairs, he's not really in his element. He's been exposed a few times tonight. Shot off the break is off the mark. Stepping in to get the rebound. Who else but Charles? Still has the ball on the floor. Possession arrow, I think, goes the way of Singapore, if that's what they say. That's what happens. But good hustle by Chris Charles, putting his body on the floor. What a game he's had offensively, and not point-wise, but you look at the offensive boards. At halftime, 6 offensive boards, total of 12 rebounds. Alexander getting the ball inside to Howard. Thomas working on him. Nowhere to go, and last touch by Wu. So another turnover for Singapore with 3:35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hanawat running the offense as Goldstein gets a blow. Thomas now. Go still working on him. Lamb off the dribble. Oh, beautiful pass inside to Charles. Yes, and one. My goodness, what a pass by Tyler Lamb. That's worth another look for sure. Check this out. Lamb threading the needle, getting the ball to Charles around waist high, all in one move, getting the ball past Wu. So chance for a 3-point play. Bangkok getting it done here in the 3rd quarter, really taking the Singapore crowd out of this game. Rebound by Howard. Back come the Slingers. Wong to Wu. Wide open look at the 3. Howard down low. Thomas on him. Bounce pass inside. The cut to the basket. Outside comes Rosales, and he loses it. And all the way goes Kenawat to the basket. He can't get the layup. Charles contesting in there. Charles comes away with it. 11 on the shot clock. Back outside again. Off the dribble. Inside, and the ball skittles out of bounds, and you see last touch by Bangkok. So Singapore dodging another bullet and really being careless with the ball here in the 3rd quarter. Into the game now. Sukdava Gokar, his first foray into the action. So with this lead, Bangkok able to rest some players. Singapore, no such luxury. Oh, beautiful move, knifing through, getting around Thomas is Alexander. So 7-point lead again. Kamawat. Back up, jumper, yes, who else but Lamb? Once again, Tyler Lamb. He had 15 in the first half, and a foul. Dangerous foul also by number 15. That's Sukdava Gokar, who just entered the game. Alexander will go to the line, who all of a sudden has got his 2nd win. Doing a great job, blowing past the defense. Look at this. 1-2, little spin move inside. That was the play before that. So Alexander, he's hit his last 4 free throws, and he's going to be long with that one. 9-point lead by Bangkok. 2 best defensive clubs in the league, and the 2 teams tied for the lead. Next game for Bangkok doesn't get a heck of a lot easier, as they've got to go to Malaysia and play the Westport Dragons. Nice save by Rosales. Gets the ball to Wu. Now rotated back to Rosales. Left-hand dribble penetration, getting the ball picked off. Intended receiver was Howard. Never got there. Quick hands again by Bangkok. Back outside it comes. They'll wait for numbers. Thomas arrives. Inside Thomas. Howard working on him. Charles not on the floor at the moment. So let's see if Singapore can do anything with that. Oh, the ball knocked away. And easy to Alexander, who will finish it. So just what the doctor ordered for Singapore. Let's see how much damage they can do while Charles is out of the game getting a blow. Timeout on the court by Bangkok. We'll take a break. The score 54-47. High Tech when we return.
Once again, you know how it's done. They got some great prizes. They want to give it to you. All you gotta do is make some noise.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. OCBC Arena. We've got a good one here. 54-47. The visitors, High Tech Bangkok City, taking it to the Slingers. They lead by 7, 54-47. It's been the Chris Charles show and also Tyler Lamb. So inside and outside. Xavier Alexander with the hot hand here in the third quarter. And that man, Justin Howard, a lot to do inside. You can see the fatigue written all over him. They just do not have enough help for him down low, and he has to play all the minutes. Gotta wonder at some point in time during the season when it takes its toll, either by injury or exhaustion. Lamb working on Alexander. Thomas working on Howard. Inside, Lamb almost loses it. In fact, he does. The ball picked up. Lead pass. Alexander gives it off to Howard for the slam. 5-point lead now. Second turnover in a row for Bangkok. Lead is 5. Kanawat running the offense. Slicing through is Sukadov. Opposite side, Sukadov with the ball now. Kanawat again. Rolling to the basket and a foul. And on the floor is Wu in a massive bodies going down. Also Thomas. So a foul. And that will go on Wong. That would be 3 on him. Howard being asked to do all the heavy lifting. We were talking about before, Singapore just does not have the luxury of double twin towers down low. I mean, you look at the difference with Bangkok. They can rest Chris Charles, so he'll be fresh for the fourth quarter and still not have to give up a whole lot as Thomas stays in. Evens up the odds a little bit is all. And at the line now, Camelot can't hit the first one. 1:01 to go here in the third quarter. You just joined us. It's been wild. Coming as advertised, the two best defensive teams in the league going at each other tooth and nail. Advantage Bangkok so far, 1 of 2. To lead Jack back up to 6 points. And back quickly comes Singapore. Rosales off the move. Yes, little spin move inside. Victimizing Payapong Piron. And Singapore back to within 4. Trapping the ball handler. The ball knocked away. Wrong. And a foul. That will go on number 7, Kanawat. You can see the trap, Alexander and Wong. And that will go on Kanawat. Check it out. Here comes the trap. Trying to step through it, but to holding the ball up, exposing it. Wong trying to get the lead pass off to Alexander for the easy 2. Couldn't get it off before he was fouled, so he'll try and do it from the line now. Checking into the game, or checking out of the game, is Sukdavi Gogar. Back into the game, post haste, is Chris Charles. And also number 3, Fred Goldstein. So Singapore back up to full strength, or Bangkok back up to full strength now. I guess this is a flagrant foul. So Singapore to within 3. This could be 2, and then they will get the ball. They do it. So opportunity now for Singapore to tie proceedings up. They will have the ball on the near sidelines with 44.8 to go. They were down by 9, so spirited comeback by the Slingers, but now Bangkok at full strength. Lamb, Goldstein, Thomas, Charles. And number 13, Piapong. Howard back outside, trying to get around the corner, and got it. The little tip back in by Howard. What a move by Rosales. Getting a step on Charles on the baseline, and we are tied at 55. Bangkok chance for the last shot. Goldstein isolating with Wong. 10 on the shot clock. In fact, the shot clock is off. So it's Goldstein working on Wong. Back up 3 is no good. And that will do it. So Singapore, the comeback complete, much to the delight of this big crowd here. After 3 quarters, 55 apiece from the OCBC Arena. We'll be right back for 4th quarter action in a moment.
And in the quarter break, we got the Slingers great riders, 2 balls of pink wine, 2 1 for wonderful sponsors take my Moonshot play here. We got ladies and ladies, 3 tries. All you gotta do is make 1 free throw. Are you confident, sir? No, you're not that confident.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There's your score, 55-55 here at the OCBC Arena. Chuck Shrine with you. Hope you're enjoying this game as much as we are bringing it to you. High-tech Bangkok City had a chance to run and hide in the 3rd quarter. They couldn't do it. They led by as many as 9. Now, to their credit, they did rest some of the important players that they're going to need in that 4th quarter, mainly Chris Charles, who's absolutely dominated inside the paint today. And they're also able to give Tyler Lamb a blow, who has led all scorers. In fact, Lamb now with 17 to lead all the scorers. Coming alive is Xavier Alexander in that pivotal 3rd quarter for Singapore, as he is able to shred the Bangkok offense. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 55-55, high-tech Bangkok City and Singapore Slingers, 55. And they have done it Singapore has brought that comeback behind the sharp shooting, or the penetration of Xavier Alexander. Heads up on defense for them. Now, looking at the rebounding situation, however, offensive rebounds, it has slowed down for Bangkok. They still have only 8. Singapore on the offensive board. Check that. Singapore as 8 and Bangkok with 18. So a plus 10 for Bangkok. Goldstein off the dribble. So we're in for a wild and woolly 10 minutes. That is for certain. Goldstein looking for space somewhere. A little bit out of control, but gets the ball inside. Charles for an easy 2. Soft hands by Chris Charles. A little 7-footer. Lead pass to Alexander. He'll wait. Bangkok doing a good job of getting back on D. Nice pass, threading the needle underneath. Shot from outside by Wong for 3. Oh yes, Slingers with a 1-point lead. Here's Tyler Lamb, and he is trapped on that right-hand side. What do we have here? Yes, 5-second violation. Singapore will get the ball. Wait a minute. Referees converging here, and let's see what we have got. It looked like for all the world that Tyler Lamb was trapped. Well, that will be a foul on Lamb. The referee's getting the Bangkok players together to talk about a technical foul. Lamb was pleading his case for a foul. He thought he was fouled during that trapping situation, and talking to Charles right now. And so Wong at the line. Slingers up by a point. You've just joined us, third quarter. Singapore came back from a 9-point deficit to tie it up 55 apiece. Wong hits the technical. Singapore will have the ball out on the near sidelines. Rosales will check it in. So both teams at full strength. What a treat we've got the last 10 minutes. Wu to Alexander. Charles out on him. Charles, a good perimeter defender. Baseline. Reverse. Can't get it to go. Thomas stepping in to get the rebound. Back comes Goldstein. Whip pass to Lamb. He'll take the shot from the left side. Yeah, he will bury it. Big three there for Lamb. Bangkok back ahead by 1. 20 now for Lamb. Rosales. Wong cutting through. Now goes Wu. Popping out is Alexander. Whipping the ball over to the right side to Wong. Will take the long three. Off the mark. Stepping inside to get it on the O board is Wu. Back outside Rosales. The three on the shot clock. The shot. Yes, got it. Oh my goodness. That's a 2. Singapore up by a point. Back comes Goldstein. 8:24. Charles at the high post with the screen. Rolling off of that, and a charging foul. Back the other way it'll go. Well, that was a block on the screen by Charles. You could see him stick his hip out in the direction of the defender. You can't do that. Howard. Alexander. Wu inside, using the shoulder, can't get it to ball. Rebound right in the hands of Wu again. Underneath, kicks it back outside. Wong thought about it. Now he lets it go. The three is good. One way in. 64-60. Singapore up by 4. Getting it done from the perimeter. There it is again. Charles not coming out enough on him. Thomas. Goldstein. Inside, wild shot, hit back in by who else but Chris Charles. So 2-point lead now for the Slingers. Howard, Alexander cutting through as Rosales. Now no movement. Finally Wu cuts across the baseline. Reverse over to Wu. The shot is going to be well short. Alexander steps in. Howard all alone. Going to be short with that shot. Picking up the rebound, number 13, Payapong, and he is fouled. So back down the other end we will go. And that will be Howard. So Howard now with 2 fouls. Remember Alexander with 3. In fact, yes, Alexander actually with 2. So opportunity now for Bangkok to tie it up or go ahead. Lamb working on number 11, Rosales. Out comes Howard to help out. Charles working on that low post inside. Beautiful shot on the baseline. Getting the move on Rosales. So we are tied now at 64. Back comes Wong running the point. Rosales out to his right. Rotation to the left to Alexander. Popping out is Wu. Howard at the high post, stepping out. 6 on the shot clock. From the elbow, ball is blocked. Out of bounds it goes, and last touch by Charles. Only 4 left on the shot clock. Good job on the defensive end by Bangkok once again. So Wong gets the ball to Alexander, going baseline. Pops it up the tip, no good. Charles with the rebound. Now opportunity for Bangkok to go back up again. Goldsmith, excuse me. Long 3 is off the mark. Howard knocks down the rebound. Long lead pass. Picked off by Rosales. Back outside. Rosales thought about it. Now they'll wait for numbers. Smart move there. Don't want a 1 and out. with nobody at the other end. Alexander looking baseline. Loses the ball momentarily. Off the dribble, wide open look for Long. Never hesitates, shoots it down the ground. He goes, no foul. Thomas picks up the rebound, and back comes Goldstein. Goldstein, Laird with the long three off the mark. Pushing inside, I believe that will go against Singapore. No. See, push on Charles, in fact. So I think that might put Charles at the line, a chance to break the tie here. 5:40 to go here in the wild fourth quarter. You don't know it already. Both these teams tied atop the table at 10-2, no shot. Off the break, inside shot goes off the mark. Ball batted around. Howard comes up with it. Long lead pass down the court. Rosales gets past one man and another, and he is hammered by Lamb. Rosales on the floor. He will go to the line to shoot a pair. Borderline, perhaps flagrant foul time. Just check this out. Getting around his man and then flying into the pitcher. My goodness. Tyler Lamb. Remember, he's already got a technical, but 5:30 to go, so a chance for Singapore to break the tie. Rims in and out. And free throw so important in the stretch. Singapore doing a much better job on the boards here in the fourth quarter than they were 1 of 2. So Singapore with that sliver of the lead. Inbound going to Lamb. To Charles. Charles gets it across half court. Oh, nice ball movement to Lamb again. Right hand digging towards the basket. Can't get it to ball. Rebound taken by Alexander. Howard. Long. Back outside to Alexander. Nice patient attack by Singapore. Knocked away by Lamb. Lightning quick hands by him. 5:06 to go. What do we have? Some moisture on the floor. That'll give the boys a little bit of a blow. Well, everybody at 110% right now. Remember, the winner of this game, sole possession of first place. Bangkok desperately wants this. Remember, they've got to play Westport Malaysian Dragons, who are on a little bit of run of their own, working in second place at 9-3. Out pops Wu, gets it over to Rosales. Wu sticks around to throw the screen. Now Rosales inside. Rotation to Long on the opposite side. He can't get it to go. Another offensive board for the Slingers. Alexander. Wu all alone left side. Got it for three. 68-64. Slingers up 5-4. Charles. Offensive foul. Nice job by Alexander to hold his ground. And Charles, see how many fouls that is on him, I believe 3. So a timeout on the court by Bangkok, 68-64. Slingers doing it from the perimeter. Check it out again. There's a rotation to Wu over on the right side, just like he's been doing the last 2 games. An inspired game once again for Wu Chin-Day. Nothing but net splash. We'll be right back after the timeout. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 68-64 in favor of Singapore, and Chris Charles has fouled out of the game. That was 5 on him. I thought it was only 4. So confirmation, he is gone, and with him, a big part of their rebounding scheme. Remember, Bangkok has fairly well dominated inside, especially on the offensive board. They had 18. Wu using the shoulder of Thomas, a step too quick, and another bucket. Singapore up by 6. Goldstein around the screen, still outside. Makes a run to the basket. What do we have here inside? A foul. Blocking foul. I think that's going to go on Wu. Holding on inside. So for Wu, I believe that might be 5 on him. Check that, only 4. So 4:08 to go. Singapore, their best scorer, at least in the last couple of games, in foul trouble. Lamb, the crossover. Left side, looking for separation. Goes around 2 players, got it in 1. Oh my goodness, Tyler Lamb. Knifing his way through 2 defenders, off the glass, up and in. He will go to the line to try and make it a 3-point play and bring Bangkok to within 3. Been doing it all game. 20 points now. Check that, 24 for Lamb, and he's going to have to pick up the slack with Charles not in the game. 3-point play confirmed, 70-67. Under 4 minutes to go, and hold your belts. Rosales. Wu flashes in front of him. High post is Alexander. Down low to Howard. Howard working against Thomas. Inside, Alexander turns. Blanket of green shirts on him. Back outside. Alexander from the right side for 3. Slingers continue to get it done from the perimeter. 6-point lead. Under 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Inside, knocked off, and last touch by Singapore, I believe. So Alexander couldn't save it, and checking it in will be Piapong Piron for High Tech. Lamb. There's the screen. Alexander trying in vain to stay within. What do we have here? Who's that going to be on? It might be against Alexander with the push. If it is, that's going to be number 3 on him. It is. So Alexander now, remember they pulled him out of the game in the first half with 2 fouls. And I believe that, yes, that's 4 on him. So Wu and Alexander for the Slingers at 3:14, both with 4 fouls, and Lamb at the line. High scorer in the game with 25. Another thing that does is stop the clock. Tyler Lamb, what a pedigree he's got. UCLA, Long Beach State. He said at one time ranked the 5th best shooting guard in the nation. 2 of 2. Now the lead down to 4. Whip pass out to Rosales. So Alexander and Wu both have to be careful. Howard has the ball. Singapore don't want to let up on their intensity. Wong now. Alexander flashing across as Rosales back outside. Howard thought about it, instead rolls inside. Shot can be way off the mark. Rebound taken by who else? Lamb. Lamb rotating it the other way. Draws the double team inside. Somebody's got a 3. Howard comes out and changes the shot. Singapore with the ball. 2:40 to go. On the break, 4-on-4. Inside to Alexander. Alexander kicks it back outside. Howard, yes, and 1. He will go to the line. Justin Howard, strong move to the hole. Puts it down. What a sequence there. Alexander leading the break. There he is. Thomas getting over an instant too late. He saw him out of the corner of his eye. Great pass by Alexander. Howard had to know he was going to get clocked when he went up. So staying with it, 2:34 to go. Chance for Singapore to go back up by this time 7. anxious moments, an eternity left in the game, and more housekeeping out there. You don't want somebody slipping on moisture. Justin Howard, what he's meant to the Slingers. He played practically every minute of every game, and there's the lead, 76-69. Goldstein around the back, chugging along to the basket, back outside he goes, trying to find the lane, puts up a wild shot. Thomas with the rebound, up and in. Nice job by Thomas. And a timeout going to be called by Singapore. 76-71, 2:19 to go. We'll stay with you. So the problem now with Bangkok, without Chris Charles in the game, if you look at that last play, off balance shot, but look at Thomas staying with it, up and in. Very quick reactions for him. The little jump step inside by Goldstein, a little bit out of control, to be honest. So Bangkok a little bit lucky to come away with that basket there, but never mind. Singapore up by 5. They led by as many as 7. Bangkok had a lead of 9 in the third quarter. One of the better games you will see during the year, both in terms of even up quality and quality of the game as well. We thought Singapore looked extremely sloppy last week against the Kings, and word on the street was Bangkok not a lot better against their game against Saigon, who had to withstand a furious comeback by the Heat to hang on and win 88-82. But they certainly saved their best for this meeting today at the OCBC Arena. Remember, they played twice before, splitting 2 games at Bangkok. Slingers losing the first game of the season by 8 points and coming back and winning an 81-65 game. Certainly not indicative of Bangkok's quality in that game. So we were expecting something exactly like this, and we've gotten what we want. 2:19 to go in the game, 76-71. And again, Chris Charles not in the game. He has fouled out, so Bangkok's going to have to get it done without him. However, surrounded by quality, Tyler Lamb taking the team on his back. And don't forget Fred Goldstein, Steve Thomas, and a host of very talented Bangkok players. So plenty of firepower there for Bangkok to come back, and plenty of time, more importantly. Full court pressure being applied by Bangkok. Oh boy, getting out of jail in a hurry there and coming up with it. Back outside, wide open look by Wu for 3. Yeah, knocks it down. 79-71, great ball rotation, great decision making by Singapore. Through the trees, rebound. Thomas up and in. Howard had it momentarily. So 79-73. Again, an eternity. Rosales thought about it. Good job by Bangkok, Piapong to react. 12 on the shot clock. Ball comes out to Alexander, now inside to Howard, looking for gutters. He gets one. Rosales loses it off his fingertips. Bangkok will have it back at the 131 mark. Well, that was one that got away. Great pass by Howard off the fingertips of Rosales. Check this out. You couldn't serve it up any better, and Rosales taking his eye off the ball. And that might have been the dagger had Singapore scored there. They would have been up 81-73 with 1:31 to go. 6-point lead. Bangkok will have the ball. New lease on life for them. And a plethora of opportunities. Remember, whenever you've got somebody the quality of Tyler Lamb on your team, a lot of good things can happen. He can do it from outside and inside. The thing that's hurt Bangkok the most is underneath the boards. What a force Chris Charles was today. So cheerleaders out leading us on, and what a nice looking crowd. Justin Howard right there. Picture of composure. You have to figure up that's all on the outside. This game very much in doubt. Bangkok will have the ball on the near sidelines. Figure to try and score as quickly as they can. Thomas comes out to get it. Gives the ball off to Goldstein. Long three is going to be way off the mark. Stepping in is Alexander. Comes up with it. Wong cross midcourt. He's got numbers. Little floater in the lane and good. Oh, that might be the dagger right there. Long lane, Wong going glass. 81-73. Goldstein again. Rolling off the defender. Hereupon in the lane, gives it up. Back outside it goes. Long three. In and out it goes. Inside, who else? Lamb to clean it up for two. Under a minute to go. And a timeout called by Singapore. 81-75. 54.8 to go. Well, there's no give in either of these teams. I believe that shot was, check it out again. Here's Wong on the play before that. The little floater going glass. Up and in. And that gave Singapore momentarily the 8-point lead. There's a shot that's going to be off the mark there. Just barely, but underneath sneaking in. Number 6, Danai Tonkum. So Singapore will have the ball when we come back. As we look at the scoring in quarters, High-Tech led after 17-14. Singapore trailed by a couple of digits, and then 20-18 to tie it up at the end of 3. But it's been all Singapore here in the fourth quarter. Without the presence of Chris Charles, Singapore has run riot, able to get the ball inside, which they were not able to do when Charles was in there. However, only 6 points. 54.8 to go. Some of the fans here that have really done Singapore proud today, coming and supporting. This is the best I've seen it this year. So Singapore will have the ball on the near sidelines, and they want to make sure that they don't make any silly mistakes. Take care of the ball. Quick hands of Lamb or Goldstein can stick it in and change the complexion of this game in a nanosecond. So no doubt that is what is being talked about, or was being talked about on the sidelines for Singapore. So Wu, Wong, Alexander, Howard, and Rosales. Off the break, Howard, and he is immediately wrapped out by Thomas. So he'll go to the line for a pair. Check that. I think they might have had a foul to give. Let's see. Howard will go to the line, so that only cost a second. Now, of course, the hope of Bangkok is that Howard does not succeed. And this is the first one, so good strategy thus far. And obviously is going to be in the works for Bangkok down the last minute or so here. Howard misses them both. Stepping in to get the rebound is Thomas, so it worked like a charm for them. Back comes Lamb. Lamb crossover left side. Ball's down. Ball inside, and somehow gets the ball over to Pirapong. 4-point lead. Bangkok, what happened here? The ball goes out of bounds. Furious defense by Bangkok. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Bangkok. Alexander will check it in with 41-5 to go. Anxious moments here for the Slingers. Ball in the backcourt and the foul. So that will send Rosales to the line for a pair. One would think if Singapore can salt these two away, that might be enough, but you never know. We can see no give in the Bangkok team. Whenever you've got somebody like Tyler Lamb on your team, if there's a tick on the clock left, you have to think that you've got a fighting chance. So Rosales hits the first one. The lead goes 82-77. Howard goes back to play center field. With him is Alexander to his left and Wong, so they won't contest the rebound. Wu left to try and get the rebound if possible, and no need there. So 83-77, 6-point lead, and a timeout by High-Tech. We'll step away with 38.6 to go. We'll be right back to OCBC Arena in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Last 38.6 heart-stopping moments of this game. 83-77 in favor of the hometown Singapore Slingers, but it's not been easy. Bangkok with the ball. Lamb to check it in. Ball rotated outside to Thomas. Thomas gets it off back to Lamb. Lamb scooting towards the basket. Hesitation, move up and in. A foul and one. And that's what we were talking about. Tyler Lamb. What a first step. So a chance to get the deficit down to 3 right now. With 32 seconds, a lot of time on the clock. Checking into the game now, Delvin Go. And Wu has fouled out. It's a nice round of applause. 13 points. Again, hitting some big shots all night long for Singapore. Just about the most important free throw of the game. And Lamb calmly puts it in. So timeout now for Singapore, and we'll stay with you. So with Wu out and Go in, Singapore thinking more in terms of underneath the basket. It's obvious with a 3-point lead, lots and lots of time to go. So Coach Neo diagramming a play. Michael Johnson over having another chalk talk with the boys over by their bench, and over the Bangkok side, you can bet more or less the same thing happening. 83-80. I'll tell you, how big has Tyler Lamb been? 30 points tonight. Not over yet. For Singapore, one would think that they want to get the ball down low somehow to Howard. Let him go one-on-one with Thomas. No doubt he'll have double team on him. Perhaps Alexander to dribble penetrate. Worst comes to worst, not a bad option. Wong Lei Leong from outside. So watch this again. Look at Lamb. Left hand. Great hang time and the foul. Another angle. And there's Wu with the contact. So Wu not getting his foot on the baseline. This is what it's all about. Both teams perched at the top of the lead, back and forth. We said Singapore trailed by as many as 9. They got it back in a hurry from outside on the shooting of Wong and Wu. Singapore led by as many as 8. Not even 2 minutes ago, Bangkok a furious rally without Chris Charles. So Lamb and company very much alive in this thing. In Singapore, same rules for them. They've got to take care of the ball. Alexander to inbound. Let's see where it goes. Wong, Goldstein working on him. Long pass, my goodness. Saved, but no. Stepping on the inline, and Bangkok will have the ball. 30.7 to go. Unbelievable. Just when we started saying they've got to take care of the ball, so somebody's not going to the spot. Goldstein. 3 will tie it. Stop. Lamb menacingly underneath. 11 on the shot clock. Lamb with the long 3. Off the mark. The ball goes free. Goldstein jacked up another 3 off the mark again. Last touch by who? Bangkok. 6.9 to go. And Singapore just may have hung on. Just maybe. 3 kicks at the can, unbelievable. There's Goldstein, the fallback jumper, not even close, but the ball ricocheting around. Lamb is able to pick it up and jack up a shot, but it is also off the mark. So Bangkok will be forced to foul, and they'll need to do it immediately. Trying to get Wong free, and he stepped on the line. Oh my goodness. Alexander stepped on the line on the inbounds. Bangkok will have the ball back with plenty of time. 6.9. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. They'll have to D up. Looking for Lamb to get free. No, Goldstein. Goldstein. Long 3 by Lamb is off the mark. 1.5 to go. I think it will go to Bangkok. Wait a minute, a foul. Holding on, 2 shots. So Goldstein will be at the line for 2 now. With 1.5 to go, let's look at it again. There's the shot by Lamb off the mark. Now here is the holding on inside. You can see Howard. So that will put Thomas at the line. Now should he make them both, Bangkok will still be down a point, so look for something else on the second shot. Can't get the first one. Now, do you want to make this one, or do you want to get something where it pops out and Thomas maybe can get the rebound, kick it back outside and shoot a 3. Let's see how they decide to play it. Missed by a lot. The ball's kicked back outside, and Singapore will hang on. And hang on is an apt description. They come away with an 83-80 win over a very, very game and perhaps unlucky high-tech Bangkok City. And Singapore will be alone at the top of the standings with a record of 11 wins and 2 losses. Bangkok falls to 10-3, but a game that could have gone either way. Pivotal point in the game is when Chris Charles fouled out. That really lessened the effectiveness of Bangkok, and a big advantage that they own underneath the basket, where they were getting a lot of offensive rebounds. When Charles left, that advantage went away, but still, Tyler Lamb almost willing it. At the end of the day, Singapore holding on. Outside shooting by Wong and Wu saving the day. And the resurrection of Xavier Alexander, of course, steady play of Justin Howard down the stretch. So 83-80, Singapore in undisputed first place right now in the ABL. And that'll do it now for our production staff here. Again, happy scenes for the Singapore bench. Not so much for Bangkok. Again, final score again. Slingers 83, High Tech 80. Singapore in undisputed first place now. For all the production staff, this is Chuck Schreiner saying so long from the OCBC Arena. Goodbye.